So I am up in the middle of the night. I have to be back up in a few hours, but I can't sleep. And I'm wondering how many people out there are the same right now because of everything going on in the world, mostly the horrific genocide in Gaza. Um, what a world that the world is watching it. I stayed up checking on a few accounts that I've been following out of there that haven't posted recently. I can't even fathom how some of their posts, for a while it was, I actually answered somebody and I thought, how am I the one to really like tell them that the last boat, this goes back I think 2 nights, but they boarded the last boat. There was one boat in the flotilla that was maybe going to make it, and it didn't. And apparently some of what I told the person, there's been a few accounts that I think they noticed that I tried to share it a lot and commented and whatnot, and reached out. And anyway, they were so hopeful that food was coming. They, had heard that there was help on the way. There was food. There was, apparently one of the boats had toys and things for the kids that they dumped into the water and hoped that they would wash to shore. And that was the only hopeful thing I could pass on, was like, sorry if you didn't hear, the last boat didn't make it. It's not coming. And hopefully something will wash ashore. I read one thing after that was a tiny bit of good. I mean, a lot of good, because they got to eat. They were kept so busy with the flotilla that the people were able to fish. So they were able to bring in a lot of fish, which apparently they can't usually go very deep. And then I read a story of a stubborn girl in a family that told her brother, always kept saying she was going to go get them some fish. And one day, I don't know if he woke up and she wasn't there or how the story went, but she had gone and she'd come back with two tiny little, showed her cooking, so proud, these tiny little fish, 2 tiny fish to feed their family. And it's insane, the world right now. I have put my silly challenge, well, not silly, it's something that I want to do for my dad. I don't know if I'm going to post this or not. I'm not at my best, but nobody should be. Nobody should be functioning properly in this world right now. The reason I decided to do this post was I thought I'd reach out to anyone that was following me and say, do you think it helps? I'm not getting any sleep just trying to share videos on social media, sign petitions that may not matter, like letters to people that won't read them, things like that. Is it all futile? I don't know. Went to a protest today and it felt really good to shout and just be part of, people that are like wanting to do something, because I go out in the world very little, but once in a while when I do, I'll ask about something that's going on. I had gone out for groceries when that little boat was still going. Something, because it was the cashier, like, hey, are you following? Like, there's one boat still, hey, or whatever, just to, and I'm surprised how many people really aren't following or aren't, they'll be like, what? What flotilla? Or what are you talking about? And apparently a lot of the things I'm seeing aren't making the paid for mainstream news, of course. But I've gone down that rabbit hole the last few nights, and there's so many things in this world that are connected in a very evil way. I was going to put my little challenge on hold because, now it seems kind of selfish and pointless to do something frivolous that's, unless I've been writing some songs, so maybe I'll focus on those that are about what's going on. All my old songs kind of seem pointless to put out right now. And those we're going to cover. Like, I had 24 old songs in different stages of recording to bail me out of this when I didn't find time to record or whatever. But it just kind of seemed pointless. I haven't been able to work on anything. First, I was going to do, and I keep meaning to record, it was going to be a funny one, how my 1975 lemon car was breaking down again, possibly another run with cancer, which I know how to beat now. I don't know, this video is probably going to get taken down anyway, but I cured my second. It had come back. By then, I didn't want to be chopped up and any kind of, I was done with big pharma and all of those things, and discovering alternatives, and realized what slowed it down was my seeds. I was left only with aqueous lesions. I should have had it handy. I believe that's what they called them, in my bones and my ribs. And just had a brain scan recently because we were worried I might be dealing with it again. Had some symptoms that kind of said that cancer might be back, odd rash and things that happened, odd rash and dots and stuff that happened last time. It's just been a whole bunch of health problems since I basically got poisoned by my government. The way I see it, this video is definitely not going to last long. And my husband said, don't talk about all that stuff on your channel, if you're going to try to put your songs out or whatever. But that's what life has been for me, is dealing with being sick for years now. It's been one thing after another. Cancer, and now I've got heart problems, atrial fibrillations, and can't seem to get into the heart specialist. They're pretty backed up because everyone's got heart problems now. All of us that got the thing that we aren't supposed to talk about if we don't want our videos shut down or taken off. But yeah, it's been one thing after another, and I was going to put having health problems again. I was going to make a little video that I was going to have some caution laps, just like in a race, and give myself some weeks off to just deal with health. But now it's caution laps for the world. That's all I want to do. I don't really want to work on this right now. My heart wouldn't be in it. I want to find out what I can do. If you're in the Saskatoon area, there are weekly protests by the Staples on 8th Street on Sundays at 2:30. That's one thing that's regular that's going on. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of groups out there. You can try to help out, write letters. Apparently, handwritten letters. Somebody told me at the protest that handwritten letters have a better chance of getting read. And then I realized, we have a postal strike, so I just can't see, I don't know, snail mail. This whole situation feels more urgent than letters and stuff, and I love all the cities protesting, but people are getting just crushed. We are rising up as people, realizing that we have more numbers than those few elite that are running us into debt and trying to make us absolutely dependent in our future on support from them so they can rescue us, and we'll do anything, get the digital ID or whatever it is they want us to do. That's where it's headed. But people are realizing that there's more of us than them, and we have to stand up. We have to stand up sooner than later, or it's going to get tougher. It's going to get a lot tougher. Because they know, we know, they know. It's one of those. It's too late. But yeah, it's pretty obvious that a lot of people kind of see through the veil right now of what's going on in the world and how many things are connected, and how there's a certain small percentage of people that have most of the wealth that are controlling things. And we're fighting back, but we're just getting peaceful protesters are getting carried away. I think things are going to get harder, and people should be getting ready and getting themselves healthy, doing the things, cleanse from the heavy metals and parasites. Don't drink the tap water. Do all the things you can. Ground as much as you can. Become strong in body and mind, and prepare, because I mean, it's tough times in the world, but I don't think it's going to get better before it gets worse. So, just curious, thoughts from those people that have been watching, if it's keeping you up at night, if any of the little things matter, like the petitions, the boycotts. Oh, I think maybe I'll have to do one on that. I do think the boycotts help. My kids aren't super happy with all the places I named that we can't eat anymore for a while. A lot of them were their favorite places. Like every once in a while, we don't do it often, but we get McDonald's and they love it, of course, because it's just synthetic garbage that's made to, make you addicted to it. But they were a little bit sad when I started listing all the places that we just can't support right now. Nobody should support. So thoughts to the people that see this. Does it help? What helps? What helps the most? What can we do right now that could help the most? Just anyone's thoughts that's also being kept up at night, because it's so messed up that it's gone on this long, and that somehow as a world that's watching hasn't been able to figure out. It's like, it just seems like send more flotillas, send more and more and more, but they're just gonna take them down. So I don't know, what does everyone do? Please feel free to comment on this one. Stay strong and get ready. We're gonna be tough. I'm gonna be tough. This is where I've been wanting to show my muscles. Here we go. In a lighter thing, wow, I actually am getting some muscles back. This one's kind of small, this one's a bit bigger, just odd. This is my bad arm. But I just crossed, I was pretty sickly for a bit and had to put on some weight, and when I went for my brain scan the other night, I asked if I could use their scale, because I don't keep a scale in the house. I might have to get one, I think. Anyway, but I just use it once in a while when I'm somewhere with a scale and check in, and otherwise I'll check in too much, and it's, I don't think scales are good for people. I think you should just try to be happy with the skin you're in, and the more you obsess over your weight, then it becomes a problem. I once struggled with my weight for quite a while, doing every diet and everything I could do to lose weight, and there's only one phase in my life after my second child where I just couldn't lose the weight, and the more I did, the worse it got. And it was like when I stopped trying and just decided to like myself and stop starving myself. And my sister said sometimes that when you starve yourself a lot, then your body, when you do eat, it's going to retain it. But kind of all over the place. I think I need to go to bed. But anyway, diets don't work. They only make it worse. And the more you tell yourself or look in the mirror and tell yourself you're fat, you'll get bigger. Fat's a terrible word, but you will gain weight the more you obsess over it. And if you just let it go and try to just eat how you want to eat, within reason, don't just live on, garbage because it tastes good. Try to eat healthy and whatnot, but yeah, don't obsess over it or it gets worse. But I was on the other side of things for a while, and thought it was kind of funny too that the world, I wanted to do wall yoga and tried to put in my info to actually gain 5 pounds, and it wouldn't let me. Everybody was apparently wanting to lose weight, and you couldn't fill it out to actually gain 5 pounds, which was where I was at the time. So I didn't end up subscribing to the wall yoga thing. And that kind of made me mad. It's ridiculous. It actually was going to have me lose weight, and I had just been told by my doctor that I really had to put on some weight. But I did it. I just got over 120, which was my goal. My 124 is my perfect weight, I feel like, and I'm headed there. I've got a few more pounds to put on. Put them on in my muscles, my guns. Had to add some humor because everything lately is so depressing. So finish with my humorous muscles. Anyway, hope you are all well. Thanks for listening.